Hello, everybody. Welcome to Inside the Box Score. I am Brendan Taylor, and with me, to my right, as always, is Jacob Gummerson with his breadsticks. How are you doing today?
I got breadsticks. I'm very happy. Um, it's been a great day. Me and Alana, who you've seen previous two live streams, we hung out for a little bit. We went to Goodwill so I can pick out my new lights, just for them to be absolutely awful and way too dang bright. So kind of wasted my money. This is the day after IU wins the national championship. It was such a fun day at school. Most teachers just said, "I'm too tired to do anything. You guys can do whatever you want," because they would stay up watching the game. So it was a very, very fun day at school, and I'm excited to be here. Is this episode number 6, right?
Episode number 6, correct. And the first
Episode
one
number
after both of our
6.
live streams. Before we get to what happened in
Yes.
those live streams, let's just quickly go over divisional round. Start with
Yes.
Saturday, Buffalo versus Denver. That game was a mess. In the best way possible. That game was a mess. The final score was Denver 27, Buffalo 21. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's the IU score. My bad. My apologies. The actual final score was Denver 33, Buffalo 30. I apologize for that. But Jacob, I'll start with you. What are your opinions on this game?
How'd you sip your water? um,
Gotta
I
stay
really,
hydrated. Gotta stay hydrated.
of course, absolutely got my fruit punch. I loved the outcome. I've always liked the Denver Broncos. Other than when they trade for Russell Wilson, that then I started to hate them. But um, little background: my dad, my grandpa, me, we've liked Bo Nix since Auburn. But really, when we went to Oregon, so we are all huge Bo Nix fans. We are Bo leavers, if you want to say that. And unfortunately, in overtime, he had a season-ending ankle injury, I believe it was.
Yeah.
So after hearing that, my whole opinions on the game has changed. As in, Denver had an unbelievable season. Just for it to most likely come down to losing to the Patriots, of course. So
Yeah, we will get to
it's
that
really
game.
unfortunate.
Yeah, Denver, they deserved to win that game. Buffalo, too many mistakes. Just 5 turnovers. You can't do that and expect to win.
Including, and we'll talk to this later, so we'll sneak peek, the firing of Sean McDermott.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit later. Josh Allen,
Still can't
after
believe
the
that.
game, was crying on social media. And I feel like the reaction to that was very, oh, not on social media, he was crying in his interview. And the reaction from what I saw, I don't know about you, it was pretty split. It was either people were like, you have to feel for Josh Allen, and then other people, I don't want to say clowning on him, but they were sort of like, why are
That's
why
what
are you being why are you being sympathetic to him? He turned the ball over 5 times. It caused them to lose.
it's
Which
a
is,
valid statement.
I mean, I would tend to side with the latter side because he did cause them to lose that game. It's not like if it's not like I know this might be glazing a little bit, but it's not like
It
Lamar
is.
in Week 18 when he it's not like Lamar in Week 18 with that game because he balled out. Like he played great. He didn't turn the ball over. Besides that one chip pick that wasn't even his fault. Um, but he didn't turn the ball over. He drove down the field, and and if he was if he I'm sorry, I'm stuttering. And if it weren't for Tyler Loop, they would have won. But he hooked it to the right, and that cost John Harbaugh his job. He's with the Giants now. We discussed that in episode 5. If you want to watch that, that will be in the
Go blue.
description. Um, but for now, we'll stick with this topic. Buffalo, they did not deserve to win. They had at least 3 fumbles. They had a pick. Did they have 2?
I want to say they had 2.
So they had like 5 turnovers. Not even the only team to have 5 turnovers in a game during the divisional round. Which really, why did teams have such a hard time not turning the ball over?
Okay, but the game in Foxborough, I kind of understand the weather was so bad, but 5 turnovers in one football game, that is a lot in any scenario. I don't care how bad the weather is. That is a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, you can't be You can never be doing that when you're trying to win a playoff game. A regular season
No,
game is bad, but it's not as bad. A playoff game, you do that, that's just that's just really
I
bad.
mean, two
So
teams had, I believe, 5 turnovers. Houston definitely did, and hey, not one of them's advanced. So, like, if you do that, you will not win playoff games. End of discussion. You just won't.
exactly. I think that even the 49ers had a ton of turnovers. They had three, and Caleb Williams by himself had three picks. So just the teams that win the turnover battle. By the way, Rams had none. Broncos had yeah, they had one. Seahawks had none, and the Patriots had no, they had a lot, but that's because the Texas defense is so good. They had three. But the teams that win the turnover battle won the games, and that is to be expected. Um,
Let's talk
just
about the other side of the game.
let's just hold on before we do that. Just want to say one more thing
Yes.
about this game.
Yes, of
Bo
course.
just we talked a little bit about Bo Nix. Just man, he didn't even look like he was hurt. He looked
Okay,
completely fine.
in the okay, in the after the game interview though, there was a picture, like a snapshot of him not putting he had like his holy cow, I can't speak today either. He had his leg kind of up. He was putting no pressure on the ankle, so I think Bo knew himself. He did something.
He probably didn't know in the moment because of that adrenaline. Adrenaline is the
Yeah.
most powerful drug on the planet.
Yeah, no kidding.
Caused you to not even realize that you broke your ankle because Bo Nix didn't realize it until the game was over. But
Yeah,
enough about doom and gloom with Bo Nix. I hope the Broncos do win because I hate the Patriots and I
too.
cannot have them going to another Super Bowl. But we'll move on from the AFC for now. Move to
Patriots
the
really hold
West.
on. The Patriots really lost Tom Brady, sucked for a few years, and have a chance to make it back to Super Bowl before the Jets even had a winning record.
I mentioned that to you already. I said that to you already. Why'd you have to say that again? I said it to you already.
I just want to repeat it. Anyways, the boys up out west in Seattle, I should probably say the men, the boys were the 49ers, the men were the Seahawks. What a freaking blowout. This game was so fun in the first quarter, but seriously, some people might Seahawk fans at home if they're watching, which now we actually kind of have an audience, so which is pretty cool. Shout out to Tom Grassi for that.
We will get to
Any
that more
Seahawks
in a
fan,
second.
yes, after we talk about these visual games, we'll talk about this, that, blah, blah, blah. I can't speak today. Um, the game got boring for me, even though we were just destroying our divisional rival in a playoff game. I just wanted to see a better game. I want to see at least a little bit of a fight. I mean,
Didn't you say that the 49ers Seahawks game was going to be the best game of the playoffs?
I did. I did. I said that last
Yeah,
episode. I
you
said this is
said
going to
that
be an
on
unbelievable game.
recording.
I did.
That was a bad take. The game
Soon
was
enough,
not
when we have enough,
that good.
soon enough when we have enough episodes, I'm going to make a video of like worst take compilations or like worst like things we said compilation, just to kind of like make us look dumb. I think that'd be funny. Can't wait when you say something crazy about the Jets this offseason, then they go like 2-15.
We'll have that when we talk about the offseason a little bit more when we get
Of
into free
course.
agency. When the Jets
But
pick Ty Simpson with the second overall pick, and I have a long tangent about how he's going to be the worst draft bust in NFL history. And then he turns out to be the savior of the Jets, and he leads us to a Super Bowl in a couple of years. That's not going to happen, but okay,
that's going in the video.
that was an exaggeration. I obviously know that's not going to happen, most likely anyway. But
I mean,
yeah,
that'd be insane.
that was just
But
an
seriously,
example.
Seattle played so well. I mean, this is definitely the best football they've played all year. I mean, it took the opening kickoff to the house. Right when they did that, I knew the game was over. I knew Seattle was going to win that game. The all the momentum say it was already on Seattle's side due to being having a home field advantage, having the 1 seed. But this is like the middle. This momentum was already over here, and it went way over here to the Seahawks side, up and San Francisco didn't even like. It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe Seattle won that game. 41-6 was the final score of this game, and I don't remember the last time the Seahawks had blown out the 49ers this badly, at least when they were a good team. even if San Francisco had Bosa, um, Ayuk, Warner, all those guys, they still wouldn't have won. I really don't think so. I think the Seahawks defense and team finally proved that, hey, this is actually a legit football team. We're the one seed for a reason, and they're going to host the NFC Championship a game against who most of you guys saw, the Bears, not the Bears, but the Rams. The Bears-Rams game we did a live stream over. That's where majority of the viewers probably watching right now came from, is from that live stream.
Yeah,
I mean, we
we
gained over
will continue.
140 subscribers just from that one live stream, which we will be live for the NFC Championship game. We're going to try and promote it as much as we can. Definitely going to be our biggest live stream yet, and most likely our final football live stream of uh, in
Uh,
general until next season.
until September or August maybe, because we might do a football game, a college football game.
Oh, for sure.
Depends on what the schedule
Um,
looks like. If there's a good enough game, I'll do it. They'll probably be at like 12. I'll have enough views for it.
of
But
course.
until then, there will be basketball, probably a little bit of baseball, maybe like the start of the Mets/Cardinals season. I know the Mets play the Pirates on the first game of the year, but that is at 1 p.m. and it's on a school day, so it won't be live for that, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
if we were, if I could, I would stream it, but I can't because it's on a school day, so we can't stream it unless I figure out that I have off that day, in which case I will
Uh,
stream it.
I will say
But
this: opening day should be a national holiday, and school should be off that day, so everybody can go watch the local baseball team. I
yeah,
seriously mean that. Opening day is a holiday. At least in my heart, it is. It's a holiday. So hopefully, maybe the MLB will hear this. Like, oh, let's close all schools. I don't know. I'm just kidding. But seriously, Seattle played so well. It was amazing.
I want to actually
The other
check,
game,
see what. I actually want to check quickly, just in case. I highly, highly, highly doubt it.
yeah.
But
While we does that, I'll start on the Texans
wait,
Patriots
wait, wait, wait,
game,
wait,
which you
wait,
have
wait,
anything
wait, wait,
else
wait,
to
wait.
say,
Before
and you
we
do
get
have
to
something else to
that,
say.
before we get to that, we got to talk about one of the three head coaching hires that happened in between the
Yes,
we have
during
Kevin
the game.
Stefanski, who is okay, it's Mercury 6. Kevin Stefanski is the new head coach for the Atlanta Falcons. I don't know about you, but I love this hire. I love it from an
There.
I love this hire for Atlanta. Kevin Stefanski is a guy who he had his stupid moments in Cleveland, but he led them to a playoff win, which in Cleveland terms is like winning the Super Bowl. So he did about as much as you could do with the Cleveland Browns. He led them to two playoff appearances. First one they beat the
Yes.
Steelers and then lost to the Chiefs, and then the second one they lost to Texas in the first round. But he did bring them to two playoff appearances.
Was that the
And
Chad Henning legacy game? Was
that
that
was the
Chad
Chad.
Henne?
I think that was the Chad Henne legacy game. I don't remember that much though, because it's not that I wasn't watching football. It's just I don't remember much from that season. My real core football memory started after that, like Super Bowl, like the playoffs the next year. I remember those to this day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Kevin
Absolutely.
Stefanski, great hire for Atlanta. He's the first of three hires in this head coaching cycle. Well, second of four technically because Harbaugh already got hired. But that happened before this, and we already covered it in episode 5. Want to hear our thoughts on that?
Yeah.
Go to that again. Link in the description. But now we can move on to the second AFC divisional game. Patriots and Texans, take it away.
I don't really care about this game. I watched it. Um, we watched it before going live. Turnovers, turnovers, turnovers. I mean, what else is there to say? The Patriots are the better football team. The Texans are now 0-7 in franchise history in divisional games. Um, Lost the past consecutive 3 years with CJ Stroud, which is absolutely heartbreaking. For the Houston Texan fans. I hate seeing the Patriots in the AFC Championship again because, of course, the one year the Chiefs decide to suck, the Patriots, of course, have to come back. We couldn't have a new team like the Bills, the Ravens, even the Jaguars. I'll even throw in the Broncos, who still have a chance. But do you think Jared Stidham is really going to beat Drake May? No, there's no
Nobody
way.
does. And I hope he does, but I don't think he
Oh, me
will.
too.
Nobody does.
No, there's no way. Hey, nothing of it though. Nick Foles had one of the funniest tweets I've ever seen. If you haven't seen it, he made a comment about the Patriots being a bad team, or struggling against backup quarterbacks in championship-like games. I thought that was pretty funny. So
So
Nick Foles,
yeah,
freaking legend.
yeah, we don't really have
I
any
don't like
comment.
the
I
Eagles.
don't have any comments on that game really. I watched it. It was just like they were playing hot potato the whole time.
You did send me it.
I texted that to you. I asked if they were playing hot potato because it seemed like it.
Oh,
The Texans
that was
defense
pretty
is
funny.
too good to have CJ to have like a performance that CJ Stroud had. Like the performance he had was so bad. It was so bad.
Man, it was bad.
He had like one he had I think he had like three interceptions and a fumble. Or
Stroud? He had four.
no,
He
he
had
had
four
four.
interceptions.
No, he had four interceptions. He had four picks, and
He
then
had
Woody
four.
Marks fumbled. That is five. They had five turnovers. It's just a bad game. The only good thing about it, which it wasn't even that good because it won the Patriots the game, was the Keyshawn booty catch, the one-handed catch. That was
Oh
amazing.
my gosh.
That was amazing.
What a freaking catch. In the rain, in the
I
wind.
don't know. I literally when it happened,
No.
I was looking at my screen. I was like, "What?" Like I didn't know what to think. It was that good of a
Unbelievable.
catch. I hated it because it was the Patriots, but it was a great catch nonetheless. Now we
Can't
move
deny
on to
greatness.
the last game of the divisional round, the game that we did a live stream
Honestly,
for.
my favorite
I'm
game of the division round, honestly, even more than the Seahawks one, because this is what kind of started our channel for us. Rams at Bears.
Yeah, I think the
We did
feeling,
the
I
live
think the
stream.
experience was better in the Rams Bears game, but the overall, but I think just I'm gonna be biased here. I think obviously what happened during the stream is better than anything that happened during the Eagles 49ers game, but just seeing the Eagles get eliminated, I was so happy after that.
The Eagles are not. The Eagles aren't even close to a topic we're talking about, and you just have to clown on them
You
still.
were the
All
one that
right.
brought it up. You were the one that brought it up.
Well, I didn't bring up the Eagles.
I thought you brought up the Eagles 49ers game, or was that something else?
I might have said Eagles 49ers. I must have meant Seahawks 49ers, but
Oh, I heard Eagles. If I mentioned the Eagles,
I
I'm
apologize.
sorry.
Maybe I said it.
I no. If he said Seahawks instead of Eagles, I apologize. If he actually said Eagles, then you know,
My bad.
yeah, then it's his bad. But either way, this was the best experience of a college NFL game. I'm starting on my words. NFL that I've had in a long time. Not
Me
because
too.
the game was pretty good, but it was just the streaming. It was us streaming, and if you don't know what happened on the stream, it was halftime. We did like commentary for the first half. We were gonna have X on the stream for a little bit, and then right before we were about to get him on, Tom Grassi decides out of nowhere to raid our channel in at halftime. We were talking about. I remember Alana said something about how the Bears players were comedians or something like that. And then like after that, you
That's
mentioned
funny.
Jared Stidham, and then Tom Grassi rated us, and then everything just went crazy after that. I barely even remember the third quarter and most of the fourth quarter because of the raid, and I was just like so much was going on that I couldn't focus on the game. But
I agree with you. The live stream that we had, our live stream from yesterday is still getting views. It is 10 views away from 500, which is unbelievable. And then the stream that we had that Tom Grossi rated 1.4 thousand views.
yeah, man, that all happened from just him sending our stream in his chat and everybody coming over.
And
And
amazing
it
comments.
kick-started our yeah everybody. The community's been really kind and nice. So to all of our viewers, we just want to say thank you for sticking around after the raid because I know most people do not during raids. That's just how it goes.
No,
Most people do
that's
not stick
fine.
around, and it's fine if you don't. But for the people who do, I just want to say thank you because that shows that you really do care and you really do appreciate what we do.
We want to help
So
out upgrow now I could even say the word uprising, hopefully, channel where we'll be doing a lot more YouTube style videos soon. I mean, not just podcasts. I mean, I could quiz Brennan on some college football knowledge. Maybe he won't be ready for it because You don't know ball like that. Sorry.
I do not. I'm
I'm
not gonna
kidding.
deny you. I mean, not as much
Okay.
as you do. Not as much as you do, because you know a lot more than I do.
I don't know, but we'll be doing some more like cooler type videos. I mean, obviously, this will be our main thing is the podcast. Maybe I don't know. Live streaming could become our main thing. Honestly, it really could.
It
I
really
could see
could.
it being.
We just have to find what to live stream after NFL is done, because we did. I mean,
I know.
college football's already over, so we can't do any more of that. And NFL, we're gonna do one, and then it's done. We have to find games to stream.
This is when we start expanding our audience. When we start live streaming different games and getting a different viewers. If maybe we'll get some hockey fans, some baseball fans, some NBA fans.
We
There's a
definitely
huge
will. We
NBA.
definitely will do some NBA games during the
Oh,
playoffs.
for sure.
We will do some of the MLB games during the start of the season. Maybe some important games like that involve both me and Jacob's team, like Mets and Yankees. 100% gonna do a stream for one of those games. We are 100% doing that. A Mets
1000%.
Yankees. I'm a Mets fan. He's like a partial-ish Yankees fan.
I like the
So
Yankees because my dad and grandpa. I am truly a St. Louis Cardinals fan.
yeah.
But say that I mean the Cardinals suck. So like I kind of pay more attention to what other teams better because my mom's side's Cardinals, dad's side's Yankees. I just chose the Cardinals because of the St. Louis Blues. That's why I chose the Cardinals because I was already a Blues fan.
Yeah, so we're definitely gonna do live streams for that, for the Knicks playoff games, if slash when they make it. We will
If they make it.
we're not gonna say if just yet, but if we'll give it a couple more games. If they don't start winning, then we can say if,
All right, that's
because
valid.
give it a couple more games. Once we get to like 4 games above, like below 5, then we can start saying if. But for now,
Mhm.
let's keep the ifs out of this, because it might just be a bad stretch. Who knows?
Absolutely.
All right.
I think that's it for the NFL.
Hmm?
I think that's it for the NFL.
Yeah, unless we do the Super Bowl, but
I'm more
I don't think
predict.
that.
I'm more prediction wise, but yeah, what's the Super Bowl?
Yeah. It's just the. Oh, we'll do that at the end. Our Super Bowl
Okay.
picks. We'll do that at the end. Let's actually. We forgot to talk like about the Bears game, like what actually happened in it. We were mostly just talking about our stream. It was just. I'm gonna keep it brief because
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, we were kind of sidetracked for half the game, so we'll
Right.
say first half was. I mean, they were going back and forth, but they stalled out on their drives. Not every now and then, but they kept stalling out on their drives. It got, I don't want to say boring, but it did get a little dull at the end. Or not the end. A little dull going on the second. I mean, no, first half. And second half, we zoned out until like the end of the fourth because of the raid. We saw Rams drove all the way down the field. They scored. Then we saw the Bears. Um,
Unbelievable throw by just Caleb
unbelievable
Williams.
throw
Unbelievable.
by Caleb Williams. Unbelievable play by the Bears to keep the game alive. They just couldn't get it done. Caleb Williams threw that pick in overtime, man. That was a bad interception. That's a dichotomy of Caleb Williams. Sometimes he'll give you plays like that, and other plays he'll just be like, "Why did you throw that?" And the last one was one of those plays. So yeah, that's really
Mister
all we have to say. The
Inconsistency.
Rams are moving on to the NFC Championship game. They're going to be facing Jacob Seahawks. Make sure to tune in on Sunday
Please do.
for
This will
at
be our
we
best
will
stream live stream yet.
the game starts at 6:30. We'll be live at around 6:15, a little 15 minutes before the game. So tune
Let's just
in
say
for
this.
that.
It's kind of weird that I'm an IU fan. They just won a championship. I'm a Pacers fan. They made the championship last year, and the Seahawks are one game away from making a Super Bowl. I feel like a bandwagon fan, even though I've been a fan of all these teams for like 8+ years. I don't know. When I first started watching sports,
I
like
mean,
when I was like
I
9.
had like 3 of my teams go to conference championships. Like the Rangers went
Yeah,
to 2 conference championships. The
should have
Mets went
made
to a conference
should have made
championship.
Stanley Cup
They
that one
should
year, 23.
24, man. We should have won it all, but the Panthers, they were just too good. Um
Ah,
Mets
man, that was a bad.
Mets 2024 2024 again, we should have won, but again, just the Dodgers are too good. And the Knicks, we're not going to talk about that. Too much.
Tyrese Halliburton.
All
No, that
right.
was such. That was
Enough
my
about.
favorite series.
Okay. Enough about all this. Let's go to before we get to the national championship. We will talk about the Miami Dolphins hiring. I don't even remember his name. I believe it is Jeff Halfley or something
Yeah,
like that. I don't even remember his name. Let me read it again. It
I don't even
is.
know who he is. Honestly,
He is the Packers DC. Yeah, Jeff Halfley. He was hired by the Miami Dolphins to be their head coach. So, I don't know much about him.
not
I
either.
don't want to say I wish him the best in like a form of just respect, but I don't
Of
because he's
course,
in my division.
that would
I don't know if he's good. I was sort of confused by the hire, but we'll have to see what happens. Now we can
then the
quickly talk about the national championship. Again, did a live stream for this one. A couple of people from the raid showed up to the live stream. They're probably watching this video right now. If you are, shout out to you.
you know who you
Jacob,
are.
yeah, you know who you are. Jacob's
I
team,
will
the
give one
Indiana
shout out though.
Hoosiers, won their. Okay. Do your shout out.
Mason, I'm gonna pull up his YouTube name. We had someone in the chat that guessed the correct score on the absolute dot. Mason MGPG. You know exactly who you are if you're watching. You'll be getting a shout out in the community section of our YouTube channel. Dude guessed the score on the money. I can't believe I was off by like 20 points for IU.
I didn't
Like,
even. I thought when the hold on. My opinion on the game switched when IU originally won when the game against Oregon originally happened. I was thinking to myself, Miami doesn't stand a chance. Then when I was
yeah,
thinking over in the week, I'm like, hold on. They did already beat Ohio State, so maybe they stand more of a chance than I thought. And
yeah.
and that's why I went with I said to you, the game is going to be closer than you think. I said to
You're not
Jacob,
wrong.
the game is going to be closer than, or Miami's going to keep it closer than, or they're going to compete more than you give them credit for, is something like that.
Yeah.
And I was on the money with that one. They didn't win, but I want to shout out Miami real quick because they were the 10th seed. You did, people, including you, didn't think they should even be in there, and they went to the
No.
Natty. Yeah, you were rooting for Notre Dame to be in there, so and
Yeah.
this is a me thing. I don't really watch much Notre Dame just from seeing them, they didn't look like a team that was gonna go to the Natty, and Miami
Oh God,
obviously,
no.
yeah, no. So the committee made the right decision. Miami made it
Very.
to the Natty. They have a very bright future ahead of them. Most of their players are not really leaving. Besides, I mean, Carson Beck and Ruben Bain. But besides that, I can't really name anybody. Tony staying. Maybe some of the receivers are leaving. I don't know. Fletcher,
That
I
running
think will
back.
be.
Fletcher.
Is Fletcher staying?
I don't know.
He
He's
might
a
be.
junior.
He's a junior, so he might go to the draft. But yeah, Indiana with the win. They
Didn't
obviously
he
have just
punch?
been.
Hold on. Didn't
Hmm?
he punch somebody after the game?
Oh, he
Who
did.
threw that punch?
Mark
I
Fletcher.
have not seen the clip yet.
Yeah, Mark Fletcher. He threw the
Bro,
punch.
talk about a sore loser, man.
He
Jeez.
must have said something because there's no way he just punched him out of the blue. He must have said something. That's my guess. He should. He probably said something that it made him mad or something like that. But just gonna take a little sip real quick.
Of course. So, um, when we live stream games, we're definitely gonna talk more briefly with it on the podcast because I mean we kind of spoke our opinions and did the games already. But I mean IU winning the first championship was unbelievable. I want them to win more for my grandpa than anything. I could say it as an IU fan myself, but I really just want them to win for my grandpa and my dad as well, my mom who also went there. So shout out to them. But it's awesome to see an IU victory. Now it's if they can get good at basketball again. Because I miss them being good at basketball. They haven't been good since like Trace Jackson Davis. So hopefully they can get
They
going on
they
that
haven't
again.
been good in basketball in a while, but maybe they'll pick it back up. We'll have to wait and see. But
Football
moving on
school.
from that, Just as I was about to go to sleep in the dead of night at midnight, news broke from Adam Schefter that the Tennessee Titans are going to hire Robert Saleh as their new head coach. And this
Yes.
move, I am everybody in here probably knows I'm a Jets fan by now. I watched all the years of Robert Saleh. This move confuses me. I don't know why as a
Agree.
team.
Why
I
would
don't
you have
know.
the
I don't
Titans?
know why as the Titans you have a star you have a quarterback with a ton of potential in Cam Ward. You don't really. I mean the defensive aspect. He's going to improve the defense because he did with the Jets. He had like a top
Very.
defense, but he already proved that he can't. He can't manage an NFL team. And people might say, "Oh, it was the Jets. It was the Jets." The Titans much aren't ran that much better than the Jets, if we're being honest.
Wasn't Robert Saleh's first win as a head coach against the Titans back in 2021? The year the Titans had Tannehill? Wasn't that Saleh's first win? That was because he was head coach after Adam Gase. So
Yes,
I
it
want
was.
to say
I remember being very against Adam Gase, but every Jets fan was. His first win was against the Titans. You are correct. It was in overtime. That
honorable.
was
I
oh my
thought so.
oh no that no I remember that what was his face? Corey Davis. He had like a 50+ yard touchdown. That was crazy to
Wow.
watch. That game was insane. But then you had moments like the Raiders game. I don't know if was that under Robert Saleh or was that under somebody else. I don't remember, but it might have been under Adam Gase. But I remember that game too.
Oh,
They had it at the that was the Henry Ruggs. He had the
that was Adam
game-winning
Gase.
touchdown. That
That
was
was
Adam
Gase.
Gase.
That was Adam
I
Gase. That was
remember
the
that.
COVID season. That was the
No,
COVID season.
yeah,
Yep.
that was COVID season. Yeah, had the game-winning
When that play
touchdown at the end.
happened, I remember watching it on my phone. I was with like my uncle and Carter. We were real young. We were in middle school when I was watching this. And I got a notification on my phone. He had a last second touchdown, and I thought it was so funny. Sorry. But right when that happened, I thought Ruggs was going to be the guy. It's just really sad and unfortunate to see what happened and all that. And because
Yeah,
he would have
just you
been it.
can't.
He would have been an unbelievable player, man.
Yeah, if he didn't do what he did, he'd probably be in the NFL still. He'd probably still be on the Raiders. If I'm being
He would
honest with
have
you,
a fat contract with the Raiders
Yeah,
right now.
but he did what he did. Now he's not on the roster anymore. It's just wasted potential, man. Be
Very
careful
sad.
when you're driving. That's all I'm gonna say.
I got my license next month. I'll be careful. Don't worry.
All right, now moving on from that, I personally say it is a pretty bad hire for the Titans. I don't understand why they did it.
Not even bad. It's
It's not.
just why.
It's just confusing to me. You have
That's
a
what I'm
young
saying. It's just
quarterback. He
arrogant.
already proved he can't develop a quarterback with Zach Wilson. His offense play was terrible with the Jets. I don't know why you would.
Terrible.
If the I think the Titans' main goal, if correct me if I'm wrong, is to get Cam Ward the help that he needs and to improve the offense. So why would you hire
I would think so.
Robert? Why would you hire Robert Saleh, a defensive coordinator, to help Cam Ward? I know they were also interviewing Matt Nagy, and as much as that would have sucked as well, he
That's
makes
worse.
that's worse. But he is an offensive coordinator, and he did go to the playoffs one time with the Bears.
He
So
did.
he has more credentials than Robert Saleh does. So the move is
I'll give you that.
confusing to me. It would make more sense. It wouldn't be a better hire, but it make more sense if they did hire Matt Nagy than them hiring Robert
There
Saleh.
were better options out there than Robert Saleh. I think that's what more confuses me. That there were.
I think it's just that people don't want to go to Tennessee. Like there's no attraction there.
I mean, do you
They
blame
have
them?
Cam Ward, but they don't have anything else. I don't blame them, but I'm just saying they don't really have much that attracts teams to them. Like the
And I get
Falcons
it. Just
have Bijan and Drake London. The Dolphins have Devon A. Chain,
tennis.
and they have a bunch of young talent. They have Jesse Bates, I think. The Falcons do. The Dolphins have
They do.
Devon A. Chain, Jalen Waddle. They have a bunch of guys they can build around. The Browns have Miles Garrett. That's enough for anybody to want to coach for them. Not
And there's
anybody, but
an amazing.
but
God, I forget his name, but he was at UCLA linebacker. Was first pick in the second round. I forgot his name, but he was
Schlesinger,
unbelievable.
Schlesinger.
Yeah, number like 49. He's going to be a stud.
Yeah, he already is pretty good. He's gonna get even
Oh my
better
God,
this year.
he could be a
So
defensive player of the year.
The
Like
Browns have a
rookie of the
solid
year.
core. That's why people want to go there. Nobody really wants to go to the Titans because they do have Kim Moore, but they have nobody else. They don't have any running backs. They don't have any receivers. They don't have tight ends. They don't have like all these. They don't have all these things around them that a team like the Falcons, even the Ravens, they have Lamar or the Bill. Like they don't have those things that the other teams do.
At least they have a very cool long snapper.
Of course, she would know about that.
Okay,
Um,
man. I'm trying to say
all
something
right.
positive for the Tennessee Titan fans at home.
Yeah, they probably don't even know the long snapper, but really, who does?
Morgan Cox.
Yeah, I have no idea who that is. All right, conference championship
The Ravens.
picks. Last thing we're gonna do, and then we're gonna head out, unless there is news that is coming
There
just
is
as I am
Alberto
recording.
Mendoza.
Oh, I forgot
Alberto
Alberto
Mendoza.
Mendoza. He is transferred to Georgia Tech. I believe Haynes
Dude,
King. Is he leaving?
I mean, hold on. Dude didn't even celebrate with his brother and the team for 24 hours and bro already switched schools. Like, man, that just sucks. But I knew he was going to be a top quarterback transfer in the transfer portal. So I wish Alberto the best of luck. I'm not going to be a GT bandwagon. I'm definitely going to root for Georgia Tech a lot more that Mendoza's there. So wishing Alberto the absolute best at Georgia Tech. Um, Hopefully you beat Miami next year because we hate Miami. But that's about it for Mendoza. But yep, conference championship picks. I think both of ours are pretty obvious, but it's still good to talk about. And as well, comment down below your conference, your Super Bowl picks below on who you think's going to the AFC and the NFC. We'd love to hear what you guys have to think if you guys have made it this far in the video.
All right, let's start with AFC Championship. Let's first start with who we both want. We both want the Broncos to win, obviously,
Broncos.
but we both think that the
Well,
Patriots
I
will
don't
win.
know. Actually,
Well,
actually, I kind of want the Patriots only because I've lived with the Super Bowl 49 interception at the 1 yard line joke since I really became a fan. I'm so tired of hearing it almost every day. Someone will bring it up to me. Someone told me about it today in my lifting class. I'm so serious. So I want revenge on the New England Patriots. We destroyed the Denver Broncos in the Super Bowl. We already did it.
in
We've
in
been there, done
in
that. We're
MetLife
fine.
Stadium, it was in
In
MetLife
MetLife. In
Stadium.
MetLife.
I did.
Correct.
I obviously did not go to the game. I don't even know if I was into football at that point. I would have been too young, anyways. I wouldn't have remembered.
And then we lost to um the Patriots in Arizona. Which, by the way, that Arizona Stadium is a curse to Seahawk fans. I might even make a video about that sometimes. It's the history with the Seahawks
Dude, I remember
playing at the
what was the
stadium is
one game?
unbelievable.
You remember that one game where the kickers both missed field goals, like very short field goals, and it was like Al Michaels on the call. He was like, "That's impossible."
Yeah, Al Michaels is such a goat. I really like it. I really like Al Michaels. He
Well,
does a
now
great job.
he is now washed, but he used to be like excellent at his job.
Yeah,
But we know
he's
who we
watching still good.
okay. If we're gonna go who we want to win based on not like our own, well, I'm not gonna say
Revenge
our
than
own,
the
not our own
Broncos.
revenge, but yeah, if we want to go like based off who we want to win minus all the history, then yeah, the Broncos. I would want the
I
Broncos
have
to
this
win.
really cool Bronco hat. I just saw it when Miss Martha. I forgot how cool this hat was, but I'm going with the Denver Broncos,
Put
who
that
I
on
want
the
to win.
if they win, put that on the mic stand during the NFC Championship game.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, if they win. It is in Denver though. That's the only thing that may
Correct.
sway in the Broncos' favor is it is in Denver.
It is in Denver. Patriots are the away
Although
team.
actually it might not because the Patriots are the only team to not lose a road game.
That doesn't matter. They're the 1 seed.
Yeah, but they also don't have their starting quarterback and they're starting Jarrett Stidham.
Yeah, but that doesn't change who's home and away. But still, it's gonna still be they're still playing at Denver, and the Denver fans, I know them. I'm friends with a few Bronco fans personally. They're going to be even more louder and crazy just because of the history of these two teams had in the early 2010s with Manning and Brady, of course,
Yeah.
and all
I
that
think
fun
I'm gonna
stuff. So
okay, before we
they're gonna
move
be
on to
ready.
the before we move on to the NFC Championship game, I want to give my keys to the Broncos winning. They need to dominate on defense like the tech like dominate even more on defense than the Texans did, which is going to be hard because the Texans' defense is arguably the best since the Legion of Boom. Obviously not better, but since then I can't really think of a better defense. But so they would need to outdo the Texans not yesterday, Texans in their game, and they would need Jared Stidham to actually perform good. If both of those happen, then they can win, but I don't know if the second thing will happen. The first thing might happen, but I'm still going to go with the Patriots just to keep it safe.
I'm also going with the
Now,
Patriots. As much as I hate saying that.
The NFC Championship game. My Super Bowl pick, the LA Rams are still in. Therefore, my pick is not going to change. I'm sorry.
My Super Bowl pick is also
yeah.
My Super Bowl pick is also still in, also in the NFC side of things, in the Seattle Seahawks. Of course, I'm gonna pick my favorite team to win the Super Bowl. Obviously, this is their year to do it.
Yeah, I
I'm
picked
not
the
gonna,
Rams. I'll explain mine since I know why you're picking your team, but I'll explain mine. I just think that the Rams offense is a juggernaut. Like, it is hard to stop them. I think that it's definitely best offense in the league. Definitely best offense still in the playoffs right now, I would argue. I'm sorry. It's close, but I think that the Rams are better. So,
if we had a better wide receiver too,
if
I
you
would
had a
say
better
this.
wide receiver too, but they have Devontae Adams, you can't really beat that in terms of
Sorry,
wide
Cup.
receiver twos. So but yeah, I think that the Rams are gonna win. I think they'll get enough stops to win this game. I know they lost last time in Seattle, but that was off some major BS if we're keeping it real. That was off some
No,
major BS on the 2-point conversion if we
no.
are keeping it
See-
real. Dude,
Oh,
he
yeah,
threw it
pure
on the
luck.
2-point. They shouldn't have gotten it, but it bounced into the end zone and a guy picked it up. Just like when
I'm
they
gonna talk about
obviously
that.
when they obviously
That guy,
know when they
Charbonnet.
know it's not a fumble, but they just pick it up anyways just in case. That's what happened, but it was actually a fumble and they got a 2-point conversion and won the game off that.
That was Zach
So
Charbonnet who picked it up. And if you haven't heard already, Zach Charbonnet is out for the rest of the playoffs due to a knee injury, I think it
he
was.
tore his
So not having
ACL.
thought so. Very, very unfortunate to hear that. But I've said it since we drafted Kenneth Walker to use him how you should, and we will win football games. And he had a great game against the 49ers. 3 rushing touchdowns for K9 that game. He played unbelievable. I'm going to obviously pick my Seahawks here in a rematch of Super Bowl 49. Pats, Seahawks. That is my Super Bowl rematch.
I'm gonna go with another Super Bowl rematch, but this one is Pats and the Rams Super Bowl 53, the worst Super Bowl of all time. But I think
As well as
this
the
time
St. Louis
around,
Rams.
yeah, St. Louis. Super Bowl 36, Brady's first Super Bowl.
Yes, sir.
Brady's
There you
first
go.
Super Bowl with the Patriots and his last one with the Patriots were beating the Rams. Like full circle moment. And then he left to go to Tampa and he won
Sounds about
against
right.
Kansas City. We all know.
And then he lost to the Rams in
Yep.
the playoffs with the
Lost to the
Buccaneers.
Rams, and then he lost to the Cowboys, and then he retired after that.
How is you're really gonna retire after losing to the Cowboys?
In the playoffs.
You used to Dak in the playoffs, and that's how you go out.
The
What a
greatest,
bum. No, I'm kidding. Brady's a goat.
the goat
He's
of the
so good.
NFL. The goat of the NFL retired on a playoff loss to the Cowboys. Let that sink in.
When the kicker Brent Maher missed like 4 extra points too. Do you remember that happening?
Oh my
Brent
god,
Maher's 4
dude!
missed. Yeah,
I remember how much crap was getting thrown his way after that game.
dude.
It was
Middle
insane.
school me was screaming. I would have made that. Like I was in middle school watching this, man.
Probably still had a
Crazy.
squeaker voice back then. Actually, maybe
I don't
not.
have a squeaker
Maybe
voice.
not. No, I know you don't
I'm not a,
anymore. You don't
I'm not
anymore,
Xavier.
obviously, but you don't anymore. You don't
Sorry,
anymore,
Xavier.
but you used to have one, I'm gonna assume.
Yeah. Oh, and just like that, Yahoo, of course, trying to ruin my day. St. Louis is already down to the Winnipeg Jets. Shaka Shaka Blues are losing.
Any news? Any news?
I think that's gonna do it.
Just making sure. I
Of
mean,
course.
we should be having. If I'm going to make an assumption, this is gonna be for next episode. I'm gonna assume we're gonna have to talk about Cody Bellinger there because he might make his decision in between this episode and when we do our next one. So we'll probably talk about that next episode. If he does sign, if he
Absolutely.
doesn't, then we won't talk about it. We obviously talk about conference championships and all of that. Any coaching hirings that happen, anything big in sports that happens, we will talk about it. If we missed anything, let us know. We might talk about it next episode. Put
Absolutely,
it in the
please do.
comments.
Any
But that is
recommendation
going
and stuff
to
to talk
yeah
about, or Q&A maybe,
recommendations
whatever
like
it is.
yeah like Q&A recommendations for videos. Let us know in the comments. But that is going to do
Absolutely.
it for this episode. Do all the good things, like, subscribe down below. Make sure to join us for our watch party on the what day is that? What day is the conference
It is
championship game?
Sunday,
It is Sunday, obviously, but like the date.
the
I need the date.
24th,
The
5th?
25th, I think. Yeah, the 25th. So Sunday on the 25th, come join the live stream. Watch our reaction to the NFC Conference Championship game. You will either see Jacob really happy or really sad. Like I said at the end of our first watch party for the national championship, Jacob ended up really happy. But that is gonna
Let's go
do
2 for
it.
2.
Yep. Yep, that is gonna do it. We will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.